For your spiritual sports segment on Rhema Gospel Radio, I'm CJ. A day after the country celebrated and remembered the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., not only for African Americans, but all walks of life, the sports world celebrated the birthday of the man known as the greatest of all time in Muhammad Ali, as he turned 70 yesterday. The three-time heavyweight champion, who has been fighting Parkinson's disease since 1984, had a grand birthday celebration in his hometown of Kentucky at the Muhammad Ali Center, where hundreds gathered to help celebrate. Ali fought some iconic fights in the ring and also an iconic fight outside the ring against the Vietnam War, as he refused to enter the national draft and stood firm on his decision, and eventually his conviction was overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court. Another coach has fallen in the NFL as Jim Caldwell was fired yesterday as coach of the Indianapolis Colts. After new GM Ryan Gritzkin was hired, it was widely believed that Caldwell would remain as coach, but it's apparent that he wants to bring in his own people. Caldwell actually had a winning record, but after coming off a season with a 2-14 record and locking up the first pick in the draft, the organization felt it was time to make a change. For your quick news and notes, Giants ace Tim Lincecum asked for $21.5 million in salary arbitration on Tuesday and was offered $17 million by the club. Left-hander Cole Hamels and the Philadelphia Phillies have agreed on a $15 million one-year contract, avoiding arbitration. Boston Red Sox outfielder Jacoby Ellsbury avoided arbitration Tuesday and signs a one-year contract worth $8 million. Los Angeles Dodgers right fielder Andre Ethier and first baseman James Loney avoided arbitration on Tuesday by agreeing to terms on one-year contracts. The Atlanta Braves avoided arbitration Tuesday, agreeing to one-year deals with outfielder Michael Byrne for $6.8 million, starting pitcher Jair Jurgens for $5.5 million, and reliever Eric O'Flaherty for $2.49 million. Center fielder B.J. Upton agreed to a $7 million contract, and pitchers David Price agreed to a $4.5 million contract, and Burke Badenhop a little over $1 million, all one-year contracts with the Tampa Bay Rays, thus avoiding arbitration with all three players. Outfielder Melky Cabrera and the San Francisco Giants have agreed to a $6 million one-year contract and avoided salary arbitration. The Milwaukee Brewers and reliever Francisco Rodriguez have agreed to a $8 million one-year deal, avoiding arbitration. Former Houston University defensive coordinator Brian Stewart has been hired as Maryland's defensive coordinator. Jeff Fisher was officially introduced as the St. Louis Rams head coach yesterday and stated, quote, "My decision was very, very simple. It was based on a shared collective vision in restoring this franchise to a place of significance. It was that vision that made my decision very, very easy." End quote. The Atlanta Falcons hired San Francisco coach Mike Nolan as their defensive coordinator on Tuesday. Lou Spanos, NFL defensive coach, has been selected as UCLA's defensive coordinator, completing new coach Jim Morris' staff. Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert has bought the Cleveland Gladiators of the Arena Football League, and finally, the Dallas Mavericks will receive their NBA championship rings in a ceremony before their January 25th home game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, as the championship rings were not ready at their first home game because owner Mark Cuban wanted veterans such as Dirk Nowitki, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, and Sean Marion to have input on the ring design, which could not happen until the lockout was lifted. This sports segment was sponsored by Naturally Relax Massage, where you can relax, release, and relieve naturally in the greater Houston area. For rates and more information, please email naturallyrelaxed@gmail.com. To have your company sponsor a sports segment, please email me at cjsports, that's CEEJAY, sports@gmail.com for more information. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and YouTube at CJ Sports, and make sure you download the brand new Rhema Gospel Radio app on your Android phone so you can have Rhema on the go. Tune in next time for more updates in your next spiritual sports segment, where we sprinkle a little spirituality in your sports. I'm CJ. Be blessed and have a positive, productive, blessed day of what's left of it, and remember to keep your head down.